don't underestimate and think, oh, I'm doing a wedding in Ghana, it'll be more affordable. I think that having someone who has relationships with the different vendors is important because if they see a +1 phone number coming through on their WhatsApp and they hear me talking on the phone, it might be a different approach.
Stop booking people off Instagram without hearing some recommendations or feedback about them, because you see what you want to see. Everybody's marketing.
Just because they have more followers doesn't mean that they're more reliable. Like, you can't really enjoy your wedding if you know too many details about your wedding.
Welcome back, tribe, to Once Upon a Wedding Global. It's your host, Ifwadide. We want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Food Booth and Awola by Ale. You guys are going to love this episode. You know what I always tell you. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, because we are bringing all the hot gist to you today. I'm with my beautiful bride, Alisha. I'm going to let her tell us more about herself. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I am a 2026 bride, soon to be Mrs. Alcompra, and I'm super excited. I am an American, but I am getting married to a Ghanaian in Ghana.
Clack it, clack it, clack it. Love it. So I have a question for you, Alisha. We're getting right into it. We're going to shake tables. So what did your planning look like? I mean, before you decided to get a planner, like, what was your thought process?
I knew I needed to do a lot of things, but I really didn't know exactly where to start. I knew that I wanted my dress to eat down, okay? We decided not to do a white wedding. We're only going to do a traditional wedding. And I knew that my only thoughts were really me looking good. I wasn't thinking about anything else. So I knew I needed to bring in some reinforcement.
Someone to be realistic.
Yes.
And what informed your choice of who or which planner to go for?
Yeah, so PurpleOyster is highly recommended from so many brides, and I have a really good friend, Nana, who's helping me with a lot of the wedding process. So she said that PurpleOyster is the way to go.
Wow. So this is the lovely lady that walked into all that, chaos and unrealistic fairy tale. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself.
My name is Brenda, and I'm the creative lead of PurpleOyster events.
And she's in purple. Is that on purpose or?
Actually, no.
Okay.
I just pulled this out and I said, well,
it works.
So.
Very on brand.
Yes,
we
yes,
love it.
yes,
we
yes.
love it. So now my question to you, Brenda, now is, Alisha has contacted you. Now, Alisha, even before I get to Brenda, what was the process like reaching her? Because some people have, different opinions on their first time experiences with vendors. So how was it like actually getting to Brenda and saying, okay, signed, sealed, delivered?
It was very easy. So first, I did my research as well. I looked her up. I looked on all the social media platforms, and I saw some of the weddings that she's done. And I believe I reached out to her on WhatsApp, and I got a message right away.
Wow.
Yes.
Hey, more fans, more fans. That's amazing. We've had so many brides come and say, oh, like for weeks they were not getting their messages replied. So that's a good thing. And then you said, this is the vendor for me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, definitely. What's important to me is reliability, consistency, professionalism, and I would consider myself a bit of a type A person, someone that likes to make sure that things are done the right way. And so is my husband. He's very much on top of it. If I forget about it, he'll be like, hey, weren't they supposed to do X, Y, and Z? So it was really a perfect fit, honestly.
I love that for both of you. So now, Brenda, Alisha has contacted you, and in typical fashion, you begin doing your thing. So I want to know, when it comes to the guest list, the date, and the venue, which comes first, and does the order really matter?
It does. Guest list first, date, and the venue. Because you can have the date, but you need a number to book the venue, because most of the venues you book them based on the capacity. Well, people do the aesthetics and other things, but then you still need a number. So the guest list first, the date, then we get the venue.
So guest list first,
The
date, then venue.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So now the guest list being the primary thing, I have a follow-up question for you, which I'm going to ask you too. When it comes to like parents and in-laws and nuclear family and everybody wants to add a name to the guest list, how do you handle that? How do you say, listen, my boundaries are my boundaries, or my number is my number? As a planner, what is your take on that?
So we always have to work with the venue, because for instance, the guest list, you can have 300 and then the venue says maybe it enter 400. So you can't increase your number past a certain level, because whatever you do, there's no capacity. So, we tell the clients, we at least have to have a range. If you say your guest list is 200, we can do a range of 250 or 300 when booking. And then we let the parents know from the beginning. You start hammering. They almost never bring a guest list, especially the moms. They never bring a guest list. And then maybe they'll just say, oh, just a few numbers. But then you have to keep hammering that if you don't give us a final number, your guest will not get food, they will not come inside. And most parents and family, they can't stand the disgrace. And so that's how you catch them most of the time. But then you always have to work with the venue, because I'm saying this because I had an instance with a bride when I just did coordination. So when she came to me, she had already booked her venue, they had their numbers, and then along the line, they wanted to increase their numbers. And at a point, the venue was a hotel. The hotel said, you know what? You can bring all the money in the world. We don't have space. So I think we capped this at an odd number, like 530. If they had their way, they would have gone to about 600 and 650. And at this point, it's too late. You cannot cancel, because you can get your money back. And then you can still go and find a new event center, but then you lose a lot of money. And most of the hotels charge a lot. So, we had to come to a compromise. Towards the end, they spoke to the sports bar at the hotel.
Okay.
And so then it was agreed that the young people, like the friends and then the cousins and stuff, will sort of take the after party
over there
to the sports bar, so the adults can have their seats.
Okay.
Yes. So
tough. How about you, Alisha?
Yes. So it's really interesting because we come from two different sides. So I'll talk about the American side. If I say that there's only one person, they're only going to come by themselves. If I say that you can have a plus one, they're not going to bring anyone extra before they ask me if it's okay if they bring someone extra. So I already came in with the guest list. I already knew the amount of people that may or may not come. And on my husband's side, it's come one, come all. Everyone's invited.
exactly.
Do you think it's a cultural thing?
I do. I think it's a cultural thing. He has no guest list. He's just vibes. It's just vibes. Okay. So I definitely understand and I see where you're coming from, Brenda, because it's different. So hopefully on the day of, we're not struggling, because it's just vibes right now. I have no idea how many people he is bringing.
Especially for traditional weddings.
Yes,
it's crazy.
yes.
But then we always make sure we have extra chairs, at least. Extra chairs, food, drinks. So even if you don't have a table and you have a chair, you have food, you have drinks, you're good.
Yeah.
So the extra chairs are always important, especially for a traditional. Especially for a traditional.
You know, now that you're educating us on that, I want to talk about like the venue. So in a typical contract for a venue or for an event, are there, certain hidden clauses or certain things that normally brides or couples planning overlook, or any silent, that normally doesn't come out till last minute?
Yes. And the time that you need to end.
Oh, that's
Yes.
interesting.
The time that you need to end, and then how early your decorator can start, especially during busy seasons. If we don't have busy seasons, sometimes they'll let you start 2 days to time or 3 days to time even. But when you have busy seasons where these venues don't care, they would book back to back to back. And so usually you are supposed to have 24 hours before the day to set up. But because they have booked an event the day before you, their event will end almost at midnight, which means your decorator has done just about maybe after midnight to start. And when their event ends, the other decorator would need a few hours to move things around, clear up the space, clean the space before the new person starts.
Welcome to December.
Exactly. So in December, when you go to the event center, just ask them who are the decorators the days before, and all the decorators should sit down and have a plan. Most of the time they'll share some of the things. Maybe they'll have the same truss structures. Some people even share backdrop structures. And then what you do is change the florals, the writing, change the ceiling work a bit, because you won't have enough time to tear everything down and rebuild. So in busy seasons, they always need to have conversations to see what they can use. Maybe they'll use the same supplier for certain things. Even for stuff like tables, they can use the same things. Chairs, maybe you might want to change it a bit, but then you always have to sit with the decorators and then have an understanding so that you can move forward. If you don't do that, you will not finish on time for your event.
That means all I'm hearing is that the planner needs to have good character, because if you have bad character and you are beefing the other decorators, wahala for you. Wahala for you.
Nobody will listen to you, because even aside that, like they now have to hurry up, clear. I mean, if you're not on good terms with them, they cannot be bothered.
Oh yes, I'm sure they will drag their feet even, because who do you think you are?
And they say it's not my fault, and there's nothing you can do about it. So then your boys, the next decorators' boys, will then have to clear up. I mean, with this one, the boys will have to help anyway. You can't say, oh no, it's not my job. No, it's all hands on deck. It's all hands on deck, because even sometimes during an event, when just before the event starts, when there's a delay, or the decorators team, everybody gets on board: coordinators, ushers, waiters. You see them folding napkins, arranging cutlery, because at that point it's a group effort. Yes.
So I mean, for you, even as a planner, what are some of the early common mistakes that couples make that ends up costing them a lot of money later on?
First off, the time. For most brides, when they are booking, they'll just give, maybe their event is starting at 12 o'clock, and then you go and tell the makeup artist that your event is starting at 12, so you can come at 10. When she's booking, she has no idea there would be photo time. They would have to commute from the hotel to the venue.
Right.
All of these things are missed.
You should see the way she's looking at you.
Don't worry,
she's just looking at you like.
When I come, when we come on board, for a lot of people, when you say they need a plan or they sort of need a guideline, they don't understand. Because if I am speaking to all of these people, I know what to plan. If you make a mistake and you go and tell your makeup artist that your event starts at 12, so come at 10. She will take a bride at 8 a.m. or 6 a.m. And so which means when there's a delay there, there's a delay here. So a lot of people miss that very important detail. The timing, when you're booking the vendors, the timing. So most of the time, I'll just say, it's fine. You just tell them that your coordinator will give it time.
Okay.
But then they would start before 8. Because if your event is at 12 o'clock, I'll still give you a call time for 6:30. Okay. Especially when they want to take photos before the event. Because they'll take videos, they'll do the makeup. And then the makeup artist will need 30 minutes to take videos.
Of course, everybody needs their marketing content.
So they'll have to do that before photo and video come in. Right. So then that's the first thing. And then now the number of hours. When you're booking MCs, DJs, photo, video, a lot of people just take it, look at the packages. Oh, this package I can pay, and then I'll just pay for it. But then you didn't count the number of hours. For instance, most of them photographers is between 8 and 10 hours. you have a 2-in-1 event in one day, which means your event is probably starting at 9 a.m. and it's ending after midnight.
When you say 2-in-1, just for the sake of the viewers at home, maybe
traditional
in the morning and then a reception later.
Yes, so a white wedding and a reception. So that's like the 2-in-1, or a blessing and a reception. Automatically, you need about 12 to 16 hours. Remember, photo and video, they start counting from when they arrive. If your event starts at 9, they don't come at 9. They come at 7:30 or 8 because they come and take photos of you, the decor, behind the scenes. So if they are coming at 8 a.m., let's just say they are coming an hour before 8 a.m. and their package says 8 hours, they are ending at 4.
By 4, I bet you they are not even in the church. I bet. Yep.
Or the reception is now about to start. So then you are saying that their hours are over. So those are the mistakes that you make. And then now on that day. So even with this, when we come on board for coordination, we usually come on board 3 weeks to time. So when we come on board, we check all of these things. We give them call times. And now that's where you'd have to pay some extra, because you have to pay for all the extra hours, because we have coming and then we're letting you know that this is what it is. So even though we can fix it when we come, it will cost you money with all of the
Madam,
things.
are you listening? Get your pen
Yeah.
and paper.
So, I mean, as we're the plan, so we check these things. Even if there's any negotiations to make, when I'm booking as the planner, I can say, throw in extra 2 hours for me. And I'll probably get extra 2 hours. Or sometimes maybe we need extra 4 hours. They'll say pay for the first hour or pay for the first 2 hours, and then you get the extra 2.
So that even your choice of vendor, you see, and the relationship that they have with other vendors always counts.
Yes.
That's very interesting to know.
The timings, the number of hours. People overlook it a lot. You don't ask all of those things. If you don't have a planner and you're booking a decorator, you go and say, I have 200 guests. And so you book everything 200. As a planner, when I go, I'd say, give me 50 extra chairs. Give me 50 foldable chairs for my vendors. Because you can say, no, I don't care. The vendors don't have to. They will pull your guest chairs and sit on it. And remember, they get there first. So, for instance, a traditional, you have cultural troupe. You have the caterers. You have the local bar. They all sit down for a couple of hours before people start using them. Where will they sit?
Lana.
So that's also another. So people just think, oh, I'm just booking. If you're booking water and drinks, you say I have 200 guests, so give me 200 bottles of water. For a traditional, you need at least 600 bottles of water. Because of the sun, people will drink water. Will drink about 2 bottles of water before the reception. And so if you're bringing 200, maybe you think, oh, let me just add an extra 100. The 300 bottles of water will be finished even before the reception is about to start. No drinking.
So Alisha, I'm seeing you looking at her and I'm wondering, have you guys started having any of these conversations already?
Yes, we have had some of these conversations. But it just is really so interesting to know more about the process. Yeah. Like the water thing and the chair thing. I did not know those things. But it makes sense. Everyone needs to sit at some point. Yeah. And I can also see people grabbing chairs to sit. Yeah. So it makes sense. It does make sense. Even the makeup thing. Like, people don't think how long it takes for all the pictures and all the things to do. So it's really interesting.
She didn't even mention if you have a crying bride and then you have to touch up again or start again, like all those things that people don't think. Are you going to be a crying bride?
I won't know until
I love the answer.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not implicating myself. I don't want to come and do too known over here. But okay, I love your dynamic, which is quite interesting because, as she mentioned earlier, she's a future December 2026 bride. So Brenda, for you, logistically, what are some of the mistakes that diasporan brides are making that you find that, okay, when they come here, they had a completely different idea of how things are supposed to go?
I think that the first thing is their overall budget or the overall cost. For a lot of the brides, they think that weddings here are marginally cheaper. That's the first mistake. And so when they come, and they are hit with the budgets, the prices, the invoicing, they're very surprised. I think that, I don't know what idea they have, but then they always think that it's so cheap, but the weddings aren't cheap. That's the first thing. The second thing is maybe when they're booking venues and then accommodation on site. A lot of the Airbnbs and stuff will tell you 10 minutes away from the airport, 10 minutes away from here, 15. They didn't include traffic and everything. So sometimes the moving from the venue or the dress up location to the venue is a problem, because then now we've booked the venue, and then they have already booked their dress up location, and then they come and they realize it will take about 30 minutes to get there, especially on a busy Saturday morning or afternoon. So that's another thing. The third thing is the size of the venue. I will almost always say that what they say on the catalog is not usually accurate, because they don't know exactly what setup you want. If you want a big dance floor, you need space for your food, you need space for all of that. They'll tell you this venue takes 500. Ideally on ground it takes 400, because by the time you factor all of these things, you can't seat 500 people inside. And if you have already booked before we came in, then that's your problem. Because now you probably have 450 guests. You said, you thought maybe the event venue takes 500. So your 450 guests are comfortable. Yes, we can squeeze and put the 450, but which means you get a smaller dance floor. All your vendors go outside. Food stations, cocktails, everything. And sometimes it's a bit uncomfortable. Yes.
Do you... be on guard, because I'm coming for you. Do you give diasporan brides a different rate?
I don't. I have packages.
Okay.
And so when I send your packages, the final invoice is based on the details of your event. Details of your event, as in guest number, the venue locations, how many venues we have involved, and then when your date is. If your event is next, maybe in 3 months, and then you have a guest number of 100, it would be slightly cheaper than if your event is in a year and you have 600 guests. Yes, and so I have a range, but I don't go outside that range. So for all my packages, they have like starting prices, and then the final details would determine what the final invoice is. Yeah, so but I have the same package for every bride. Yeah, I don't have different packages. Yeah.
Okay. And Alisha, as a diasporan bride so far, what have been some of your wake-up calls, or what have been some of your experiences? Because you're here now, but we don't know if you're going to be going and coming, or how it's been so far.
I would definitely second what Brenda said about the pricing. Don't underestimate and think, I'm doing a wedding in Ghana, it'll be more affordable than the US or the UK. It'll be the same, if not more, than somewhere out of the country.
Wow.
Europe, US, it'll be the same price. I also think it's important for, if you're a bride, you should come to Ghana at least for a month, to just make sure that everything is in a row, all your ducks are in a row. Make sure that if you're getting your bridesmaids dresses here, everything is fine, because relationships matter. And it's important for people to see you, to be there in person, even for your dress fittings. You can have your measurements to the perfect measurement and something will still be off. You need to try on that dress. Don't wait until the day of your wedding to try on your dress. No, you have to come to Ghana at some point, just because you don't want any surprises. What's another thing? I think those are the main 2 things as a diaspora bride. To have your coins. Get your coins ready, sis. Get your coins ready for everybody. And the amount of invoices, there are things like, even today I was like, what's the difference between having a waiter and an usher? These are things that I wouldn't have known without having a planner, because there's no way I would be able to do this by myself.
Oh, thank you to our planner. Planner, we thank you.
You're welcome.
And I mean, for you being here do you feel like vendors are treating you differently because you are a diasporan bride? Because I remember you mentioned that your friend Nana and, you know, other people you know who have gotten married in Ghana. Do you feel like there's a difference, or do you feel like everything is the way that it's supposed to be?
I think that having someone who has relationships with the different vendors is important, because if they see a +1 phone number coming through on their WhatsApp and they hear me talking on the phone, it might be a different approach. So, and also referrals matter a lot. So having people who are past brides give their referrals for recommendations of ochiames or DJs or MCs, that's something to take into consideration as well. So I think that relationships matter a lot when it comes to having a wedding in Ghana and not being disappointed.
Well said. And Brenda, you would be that person who has those relationships. So what would you say are some of the hacks that diasporan brides could tap into?
You need a planner. Even if you don't want the full planning, you can sort of do partial planning. A lot of us offer that partial planning or some sort of planning guideline.
I never knew that.
Yes.
What is partial planning?
So
hang on, you guys, I told you to subscribe, like, share, and comment, because I've sort of been in the event industry and this is the first I'm hearing of this. So I love the education. Once Upon a Wedding Global, please subscribe. Now, Brenda, please, you were saying partial planning. What is that?
So partial planning, you know, we have a lot of type A brides that say that they can do it all on their own, right? So they want to talk to the vendors themselves, they want to book them, they want to go through everything. So for us, partial planning, you do all the booking, you speak to the vendors and all, but we have bi-weekly meetings to check in with what you're doing, to see if you're going on the right path, if you need recommendations, if you need us to get maybe some discounts for you, we can try and do that. But then you do all the initial booking. So it's more like we're supervising what you're doing to make sure you're in line.
And when you offer this partial planning, is the rate the same? Are the prices the same?
So full planning is more expensive than partial planning. Well, let me say different than partial planning, because with full planning, we do everything. We only just give you the options to choose. For instance, Alisha is doing full planning. So that's why she doesn't have to deal with telling the vendor, I need 600 bottles of water. I need these number of hours. By the time I send the final invoice to her, I have already negotiated that. And so she has to just approve and pay.
Okay.
Yes, but partial planning, if she was doing partial planning, she would have known some of these things, because she would have to ask the vendors who speak to her, and she'll know. But if she's booking through me, I have already answered those questions. Yes.
And what else do you think the aspirant brides could do better?
Yes, so what she said about, if you can, come at least once before the wedding, maybe in the middle of the whole planning thing, just to speak to some of the vendors yourself, see some of the places in person, do your fitting, at least the first fitting. They have an idea of what it looks like, and then with that you can come maybe 1 week or 2 weeks to your wedding, because a lot of people come 2 weeks to their wedding and they haven't come. I had a bride who came 2 weeks to her wedding, and she had lost so much weight they couldn't alterate her dress, so they had to remake it.
Wow.
Yes. So an instance like that, yes, you need to come at least once, get a planner, and stop booking people off Instagram without hearing some recommendations or feedback about them, because you see what you want to see. Everybody's marketing, so let's just say we are all marketing. Ask a few people things, ask questions, because a lot of diasporan brides that come to me for just coordination, by the time they bring their things, you have so many things to fix, because they haven't asked the questions they should ask. They booked somebody off. Some people are not reliable, but you've booked them, and on that day there are problems just because this person seems cheaper. Sometimes very cheap comes with a price.
Yeah, my husband always says that cheap things are expensive.
Yes.
Yeah. And with what you've said in your professional capacity, now moving on from diasporan brides to just having a wedding in Ghana in general, what are some of the things you think that, okay, this is achievable in 6 months with planning, and as for this one, you need 1 year. So what are some of the non-negotiables and logistics concerning that?
So everything is achievable in 6 months, except you want specific vendors. There are some dressmakers and then kente vendors that you can't get a booking until later. So for that, you need more than a year. For instance, I have a bride in January, and she wants a booking with a certain dressmaker, and she has no availability until September to get her appointment.
Wow.
Right. So in a situation like this, if she hadn't booked and thought, I can book 6 months to time, by the time you go, booking for traditional outfits are done. The next booking is probably in a year. And so you may have to then get your next best vendor or your second option. So if you really want certain options, maybe you have to, because there are a lot of people that will change their dates because they're not getting certain vendors on their day. And so if you are one person who has a dream to use certain vendors, you need to start early. Yes, because for instance, especially the designers and then the kente vendors, there are some of them, because I also have another bride in December, and since we can't get a first kente meeting or consultation until June.
Wow. Yeah.
Until June. Sometimes if we have a relationship, we can change it a bit or have our way, but sometimes they are generally booked and they cannot like even squeezing a little for you. Yes, because I have a bride that got in touch with the designer before she came to me, and she was told she could only get a consultation in June or July, but I've been able to secure a consultation for her this week, and even that is virtual. She can't have an in-person, but then that's still something, so that she knows that even if she's busy, she's spoken to her, she has her ideas and stuff like that. Yes, so
very interesting.
Yeah.
Now, how early or when do you start having certain conversations with your brides? Like, at what stages do you say, okay, this is the stage to have this conversation, this is the stage to have that conversation? So for you, how early is too early when it comes to planning and talking to your brides?
The best thing, between 6 months and a year to the wedding, you should start talking to your planner. So because you need to book these things, especially if your wedding is in the busy season, December, January. You need to start talking to your planner early so that we can start booking them, because there are lots of people that will be fully booked before you start planning your wedding. So you need you need to book those people early, and then maybe once you talk to your planner ahead of time, and then we know what sort of event you want, we start to get, maybe let's say the first 2 months, we start to get all your vendors in check. Most of the specific details of the day we can start discussing 2 months to time with the vendors, but we already know from the beginning. For instance, the timeline for the day, how you want the day to go, like your music. This is something that when you discuss with your DJ and your MC 3 months to time, they will forget and come and ask again 2 weeks to time. So sometimes, even after we've done everything, and then we tell some couples that these final details of the day will take 2 weeks to time, they don't understand. They think that, why it's too late? Why are we doing this? Because they are focusing on all the other events. And so they would come back and get all the information. So if I catch you 2 weeks to time, or I catch you a week to time, and I tell you on my day, let's go through my day, I want this, I don't want this game, I want this, he's thinking of your event next. It may not be the best way, but that's the most effective way.
So far, how is she telling the truth? Because if she's not, I'm gonna kick her out. So far, Alisha, is she on course with everything that she's been saying? How are you enjoying the experience with PurpleOyster so far?
Yes, she definitely is. I think that another thing that diaspora brides need to know is that you can't do it on your own, because even culturally, there are certain things that communicating how you may communicate with someone that may be considered offensive. So it's better to have someone else speaking for you, even when it comes to like timelines and things like that. Am I able to say designers' names?
Oh yeah,
And, like,
I mean,
things like that?
if you feel
Okay.
comfortable.
Yeah, so like Pistis, for example, like you're not going to be able to like, it's not, you need more than 6 months or 4 months to be able to go to Prestige, you know, for your Kente or Pistis or something like that. And also I've noticed that just because I have more followers doesn't mean that they're more reliable. It usually means that they cost more, but it doesn't mean that they're better than someone that doesn't have, you know, so reviews are really important. But as far as my planning process, it's been really seamless. I had a bride who did everything on her own, and she compromised her fun just for the night, because if you plan everything yourself, how will you be able to enjoy if you know that you need 200 chairs and it's only 150 there, and you're looking up and you're like, oh, I'm supposed to have 10 of these and it's only 9. Like, you can't really enjoy your wedding if you know too many details about your wedding.
So you say ignorance is bliss.
Yes. I don't want to know.
That's why Brenda said you paid for full planning. So you are just,
let me enjoy.
She doesn't want the stress.
She doesn't want the stress.
Yes. And I want to enjoy myself. And the main thing about full planning is just the invoice. If you can pay the invoice, you're fine.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about anything else. Just pay the invoice. The invoices, multiple. They don't stop. Okay.
Love it. So Brenda, you mentioned that you have packages,
Yes.
and your rates for all brides are the same, even if they are diasporan brides. So can you talk us through maybe a bit more about your pricing structure, your cancellation and refund policy? What happens when a bride cancels a month before, a week before? What are we looking at?
Okay, so my pricing structure, is set in a way where it covers everything. So for food planning and coordination, it would cover, we'll do this for months. So it's supposed to cover transportation for meetings, data for contacting all vendors, doing your Google Sheets, working, and then paying the team monthly to help with the planning process in the back, and then paying the coordination team on that day, right? So if sometimes people come to us and they think that we overcharge, but if we're working with you for a space of 8 months and we're charging what we're charging, I don't see that as expensive, because our prices are not even as high as your decor, your MCs, all of that. Nowadays MCs are not cheap, and they are speaking for a couple of hours on the day, and we have been doing the work. We are trying to put everything together. Ideally, we are supposed to be charging even like a 30 to a 50% of whatever you are paying for your full budget, but we don't do that because people scream. So if you look at it, we are not expensive because we are working like within a number of months. But when you see the invoices and the cost, you scream and say, oh my God, but you look at the work that it involves, making sure your day goes well, or the behind the scenes work, the number of times you speak to vendors before the day of the event. Look at how much data is. That is when you do
explain Taya.
So because you're always saying that we're expensive, but then we are putting your whole wedding together. Your wedding, you yourself, you know your wedding is not a joke. Some people have dreamt of their weddings for years, and then we are supposed to make it happen. I need to charge you small.
That was going to be my next question. That what is like one of the biggest misconceptions people have about planners and why they charge what they charge?
Yes, people think that we're expensive and the work is no work. I think that is because they can't see all of the things that go in before the wedding. You see, so they think that, oh, you're probably just calling the vendor and then you are booking the vendor and that's it. I'm booking the vendor, I'm chasing you for money to pay the vendor. The vendor is worrying me. What are the colors? What are these? Can we go to the venue? Can we do the floor plan? No. Can we get the list? Like, it entails a lot. It takes a long time. It entails a lot, and it is time consuming. So yes, we need to be paid well so that we can also work well.
Okay, Brenda.
Yes.
The groom and I broke up. It's like 5 weeks to the wedding. Please, can I get my money back because the wedding is not happening?
So, I mean, in my contract, you get some percentage back depending on when you cancel, right? So when you cancel a month, I mean, it's a month to time, 2 months to time, 3 months to time, and maybe even a few weeks to time. A week to time, you may not get anything.
Okay, but
Because-
maybe I got appendicitis. I need to have an operation.
Well, it might
It's
be
not my
So
fault.
if you are postponing or you're moving your dates, we can keep it as credits for whenever you have an event,
Okay.
right? So even when we give you the percentage, so we either give you the percentage back, or we can hold on to it as credit towards whenever your next event is. So when your next event, if your next event is in 2 years, we will still send you the new invoice at that time, but then we'll deduct.
New invoice again.
Oh no, it won't be the same invoice. It's been, let's say you cancel your wedding, and it's
Madam.
been 2 years, and then we are not going to charge you anything else. We are just
Okay,
it doesn't
2
make
years
sense.
is a bit extreme.
Exactly, but yeah, if it's a couple of weeks or months, and then we have ample notice, yes, because know that we have cancelled somebody because of you. Yes, for a lot of event planners and coordinators, they can't do more than 2 or 3 events in a day. And so if I know that I'm at my limit, I'm not taking any more bookings, and then you come and cancel 2 weeks at a time, I've lost money. So and a lot of us put these contracts in place after COVID, because after COVID everybody was canceling, and yes, it's not your fault, but it's not our fault either, and we were losing money. So then after COVID, a lot of us redid our contracts to keep a certain percentage where it helps you and it helps us. So for acts of God, we just keep a little percentage, and then maybe if there were some things that were bought for your wedding, we can refund that as well. So that too.
So for you, what are some key terms in your contract as the creative lead of PurpleOyster?
The moment you make a first deposit, you have automatically agreed to the contract. Ghanaians don't like signing contracts, and so they think, if I don't sign it and I just pay, it doesn't matter. But then there's a clause in my contract that says, the moment you make a first deposit, you automatically agree to the terms and conditions of the contract. So if you don't sign it and you pay me,
you have signed it.
you have to catch them. You have to catch them one way or the other, because Ghanaians say, "Oh, I will sign it. I will sign it. I will sign it." And then now, when something happens, they'll come back and say, "But I didn't sign the contract."
The way she
paid me.
said,
So yes, that's the most important thing. And then the social media clause, I put it there,
Interesting.
that says that if you don't want to, well, some people have different prices for people that want to be posted on their social media pages, and
So
versus
that's a
those that
thing.
don't want. Yes, but I don't have that. But I put it there that you need to let me know, because if I'm booking the vendors, I need to tell them that they don't want social media, they don't want this. Sometimes they wait for you to tell them the very last minute, and for some of the vendors, you have paid the normal prices and not the no social media price, and so they are going to charge you more, or they are going to complain. So you let me know these social media restrictions, and I will always ask. I've had a few vendors that come to me and say, "Who sent you to go and ask this question? We have to post." But no, it's very important to me. If my bride says that I do not want to be posted, you won't find me posting the back of my bride and saying private bride. You have posted the bride. I don't agree with that, because if you don't know her reason, what if she's hiding from somebody? She has a birthmark on her back that you don't know about, but whoever she's hiding from knows about. You have exposed her. So people will post the back of the bride, and then you say private bride, no posting bride, but you have posted.
This one is deep. This one is deep.
So I would ask you, I always ask them, what are the restrictions from the beginning and a day to the event? Maybe they have changed their minds. If it's a day to the event and now you come and tell me that now I don't want them to post, I'll remind you that then there are some people that you owe balances to. I mean, I try my best to get all payments done at least the week of the event, so that after the event, I'm not chasing you for my vendors. And on that day, I can shout at my vendor because I've given you your money. So the social media thing, very important to me. I would ask you, some people will let you post, but they will say post your work. For instance, if you are a drink vendor, well, you can post when you're serving the couple or you're serving guests and you're serving this. Some clients don't understand why the drink vendor's content creator is in my room while I'm dressing.
If I start to talk,
you see, so sometimes when you are telling them that it's not allowed, they think that you are some way. But my bride doesn't want it. And once she doesn't want it, if I see you in the room, I'll ask you, whose content creator are you? Whose this are you? I will ask you. And if you're not supposed to be there, I would say it nicely that unfortunately you cannot be here. Some makeup artists and hairstylists will ask you that they want to bring a content creator. If you don't want them to post on their pages, they won't. But then they want the content for them to put together and post on their page. And that's fine. People will understand. But it would be nice to let us know, because some couples do not want it at all. And it's not that it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Some people just want their privacy, or some people just want, just let my friends post. A lot of people don't know my friends, but that's okay. But content creators, they have the traction. It will go viral.
It's a much
then
wider
you see
platform.
some unpleasant comments. Some people can control their comment section. Some people cannot. And these things, I've paid my money and I'm married, and I'm seeing all these nasty comments, people I don't know, right? So that's also another thing for me and my thing. I let you know, and then I will always ask, do you have any posting restrictions? Some people say you can post us, but maybe post us after the official photos are in. Some people say post us, but let me the bride, let me come out first, because why haven't I come out and you have posted me? And my husband has not even seen me. Right. So it's important to always ask the couple this, so that at the end of the day, you don't come and see that you are post. Some people will say post, and after that, now they'll have a change of heart. That one sometimes is difficult, because after the event, we've dissolved the groups. You now have to go to each vendor and go and say, she said don't post. And then now the vendors are fighting with you, but you didn't tell me. I would have made them maybe pay more, or I would have known what to do. But some people, some clients also say they don't like to say it early, because they're afraid if they tell you not to post, it might affect the final, not the relationship, the final product you give. Maybe your trailer will not be as pretty as you would have wanted it to be, because they didn't let you post. But most of the time, it isn't like that.
I'm glad you said most. not all.
Yeah,
because
let's
we
cap
need
it,
to be realistic.
Let's cap
Human beings are human beings.
So that's what it is. Yes, but
they want to have their cake and eat it too. They don't want to pay the extra.
Yes,
don't mind them.
That's what it is.
They don't want to pay.
But you see, you cannot have your cake and eat it. It's a win-win situation. My thing is, there are vendors that will charge the same, and there are vendors that will charge different prices. So if you think that this vendor is cheating you, you have the right to go and choose any other vendor. This is what they are offering. These are their rules. Don't go and try and force their hand and get upset if they are not trying to budge. So that's why
you sound like Brenda. You have a couple of pet peeves. Do you want to get some things off your chest? We are here for you.
I'm fine.
No. We are here for you. Talk to us. Let's have a therapy session. Let's have a therapy session.
I'm okay with what
we want to hear it.
Let's go. We're in trouble.
No trouble, Alisha.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm good. I'm done. Drops mic.
Because even with this thing you said of getting content creators out of the room nicely. Again, back to the guest list question. So now when it's like unwanted guests or like it's supposed to be an adult only wedding, and then you see children, one auntie, do you know who I am? Do you know that that's the bride's auntie? How do you deal with that?
This is the issue. Even with the clients, a lot of the times they'll tell you it's a strictly by invitation event. Then I ask one question. So if their names are not on the list, do we turn them away? And they cannot answer. And so I'm like, I need this answer, because if we are not turning them away, then we need extra tables and chairs. So if you have planned seating, then maybe the extra tables and chairs, we can put all of those people there. But if you don't have extra tables and chairs, and they come in as a planned seating, and you have exactly the number on the list, what are we supposed to do? So we will turn them away, because we don't, and we'll just say, oh, unfortunately your name is not on the list. Some people would go away.
Some people will cause a scene, and then maybe we'll start making calls, and sometimes maybe family would come and take them inside or stuff like that. But we would always ask you, what should we do? If you don't want us to turn them away, then right then we tell you, let's have extra tables and chairs, so that even if you have the planned seating, you can accommodate these people, right? But if you don't have that, then we will tell you. Some people say, oh yes, turn them away, and so we'll turn them away, but we'll also tell you that please don't bring your family members to come and stand at the gate, because they don't know us, so we can turn them away. When they call you the next day, tell them, oh, that's my planner, she didn't tell me, I can take it, I'm being paid to do this. Oh, you can take it?
Yes, because
wow.
I'm doing my work, so I'm doing my work. So if you come and you are a guest and you're not invited and you are even my friend, I'll tell you that no. Sometimes some people will give us certain family members to check with.
Okay.
So maybe this person is not on the list, but you check with this person. Maybe we forgot, or some people you can turn away, so you have them come in. But if they start giving us answers like this, check with these people, then the next thing is we're advising you to have extra tables and chairs, because you can't say we shouldn't turn them away and not make provision for them, because when they come, we will be the coordinator on the day. We are in trouble. Why didn't you get extra tables? Why didn't you get extra chairs? Why don't you have extra fans? And sometimes when the guests start asking you this, you start laughing. Girl, when we're talking budgets, where were you? And then you're here telling me, why don't you have fans outside? Why don't you have waterproof tents? They have a budget. So for some of it, we discussed with a couple. They said, you know what? If you squeeze us, you won't get anything. And so then we know how we are managing. At least if we don't have tables for you, we can get you chairs, you can get food and stuff. But then the guests.
Brenda, you seem like you seem very soft, you seem very ladylike, and quite frankly, I don't like your vibe, because I want to know that go home, Cynthia, go home.
Oh, yes. I mean, we won't let you in. If the guests,
so strict is strict.
Yes, if the guests say don't let them come in, we won't let you in. So you have to go back. You can't force your way, unless then the bride's mom comes and comes to say maybe let them come in, or maybe sometimes the brides come. Sometimes when the bride and groom are coming in to come and take their photos. You know, they take their photos as people have their cocktail session. When they sneak in, they come and tell you, you know what, I've seen 5 people and they are not on the list, but let's squeeze them somewhere. Let's put them here, and then we can do that. So once they tell us that, yes, but on our own, we can't say your name is not on the list, but go inside. Go inside how?
Do you foresee a problem? You see how I asked you if she was problematic? Now I'm flipping the table. Do you foresee Alisha's wedding being problematic?
No, because we have made provision for the extra chairs, and there'll be food, there'll be drinks, and so they will not have a problem where they won't have seats. There'll be a problem when somebody insists on sitting somewhere where you're not supposed to sit, because that one, we can't help you. We can give you a chair. So that's what I always tell the clients most of the time. By the time the bridal party comes out, they don't have seats, because when you tell the couple maybe have extra chairs, they'll say, oh no, we have these numbers, and then we've reserved maybe 40 seats for bridal party. Every chair is full during the ceremony, because the bridal party will be inside, and then the older people have come and we're telling them that we've reserved the seats, but we don't have chairs for them. That will cause a problem, because some people even go ahead and go and say, we should stand whilst the children are going to sit down, the children that are not even here. However, if a guest comes and I say, oh, this is reserved, however, I have a seat here for you, they almost always never complain. Once you have a seat for them somewhere, they are fine. You can reserve. If you don't make provision for extra, your bridal party unfortunately will have to walk around or stay inside after the ceremony, because we have given your seats out.
Brenda, so do you work for the couple, or you work for the parents and the family? Who do you work for?
I work for both of them because in Ghana, the family, the parents are mostly parts of the wedding. So for most of the weddings, the parents pay for certain parts. So I like to, at a point in time, in the beginning, I'll start with clients. Sorry, the couple. But as time goes on, we'll need to meet the parents and also take their inputs. If not, apply everything. You let them feel like they are contributing and they are making they're giving you suggestions and then you're taking it, because we've realized that if we don't meet the parents, most of the time on the day of the events there's an issue. And no, we didn't want it like this, we didn't do that, but we wanted it like this. I mean, the couple wanted it like this, but then maybe the parents are paid, they want their guests to have a certain service. You are not providing all of that, so we need to meet the parents at certain points. If the parents are the ones paying solely, sorry, but they are clients.
Did you hear
so
that?
We'll get. So in this case,
just FYI,
this is juicy.
We are your client.
Yeah,
This
okay.
is juicy.
Me and my husband are your clients.
I mean,
She's giving you one.
in certain, so even though they are our clients, we get the couple's inputs and then we sit down and then sometimes we tell the couple, you know what, this is what they want. And sometimes the couple themselves cannot go and fight the parents off and they are sending you to go and fight the parent, go and tell them, no, this one won't work. So then you have to sit down and then you say, you know what, let's come to a compromise. Let's do this for them. Let's do this and then we can do that. And then everybody has their way. But then even though I'm saying that the parents are my clients, it doesn't mean I'm not going to take anything you are saying. No, I'll go and take it and then we'll come and do a plan so that everybody will feel like they've been heard. You know, because they are also paying for the thing. And then you can't completely disregard everything they are saying. On that day you have issues. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Brenda, I want to ask you, especially as a vendor, we've had so many encounters or stories of, you know, a couple or a client contacting a vendor, a deposit has been made, and then the vendor just goes quiet for weeks. Why do you think this keeps happening, and how can we bridge the gap?
Okay, so for most of the vendors, once you book them and you give them the dates, like what I was saying about going over the timelines, the final details, it comes later towards the end of it. And so most of the time, once you have the deposit, you don't need interactions with the vendor until when it's almost time. Yes, but I mean, when we are there, they just know that we have a booking with them and then we make sure the booking is solid. But then most of the final detailing, the timelines and everything will come towards the end. So yes, they'll go quiet because we've booked your dates. We don't have anything else to discuss unless you have some updates that you let them know. Maybe when you were booking them, you didn't want a backdrop. Now you've decided that you've seen the backdrop and then you want it, so you let them know. Or maybe you gave them a different mood board and your mood board has changed. So yes, you can do that. But unless of course you want some information from them and you're trying to reach them and you can't get through to them, that's different. But if you don't have anything like that, then it's usually the same thing. But I understand as brides especially, they are quite anxious, and so when they're quiet and they're not hearing anything, they start getting alarmed, right? But if we are there, you just come and tell us. I always say, when you're anxious or you want to say, you come and rant to me.
Oh, nice.
And then I would make sure you are calm, and then that's it. Sometimes some people just need some assurance, or some words of assurance, and then they're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So far, does Brenda make you feel special?
What's the question?
Do you feel like, okay, this is even to both of you. Do you feel like a weekly checkup is too much? Like, oh, hey, just to let you know that I have you in mind. So far, there's no updates. So we'll speak next week. Have a good week. Do you feel like, okay, Alisha, do you feel like you would appreciate something like that?
Yeah, so you get what you pay for, right? So if you pay for full planning and you agree with your planner to meet up every week, even if there's no updates, I think that's part of just feeling assured, feeling like everything's going well, and also getting what you pay for too. So Brenda communicated early on, like, do you want us to meet every week, every 2 weeks? And we're like, in the beginning, until we get all these things planned, let's meet every week. Now towards we've booked most things, so now I think it can be like every 2 weeks. So, but I think that even if there's no updates, communication is important to make sure you're getting what you pay for. If you have a planner that you're paying full planning fee and they said you're going to meet every week, you need to make sure that you all are meeting every week.
Okay.
So I feel like I feel in good hands because of the communication.
Good.
Because I don't feel like someone will just go ghost.
Yeah.
And I feel like I know who all the invoices are for. So if I want to reach out, I can. But no stress.
Okay.
I'm not trying to stress at all.
Nice. Brenda, what's the most rewarding part of the job for you?
When everything comes together after the event and then you see the happiness or the excitement on the clients' faces, even before they send their reviews, is always rewarding, because you're like, oh, after all the hard work.
Is there a specific moment during weddings that you feel like, yes, I've done it?
Yes, I mean, most of the time, but it will definitely be after the wedding.
Yeah.
Or maybe towards the after party,
yeah,
when they come in, and then you can see that, when you see that the couple is having fun, like they're genuinely having fun, the bride and the groom. Then you know that, oh, you've done something, because then now they can be comfortable enough to have fun, not fret about anything. So that's the first sign. Right? And then now the second time is definitely after they come and tell you at the end of the day, thank you, this went well, and all of that. Yes, most of the time. And then you're really grateful when some of the mistakes are internal and they cannot see it. And then now, and it's just you and your team's problem. You go and blast them. And then you make sure, but then yes, and that's the goal, that even the little mistakes are not big enough that they have to see it when they come on board. But then that's always rewarding when you have the good feedback, and then you have great ones from the parents as well, right? So I mean, that's always the best, because a lot of parents are difficult, and so when you're getting good reviews from the couple, and then you're getting from the parents too, it's very good to know. Because last night I got a message from a past bride's dad, and he says his birthday is coming in September, and so I should call him and let's discuss it.
Yes,
and that's great, because you know that the couple is happy, and then the parents are also happy. I got a random message a few weeks ago, and a bride messaged me and said, I'm just at a wedding and it's a total mess, and I just want to reach out and say thank you again for everything. And so stuff like that. Yes.
That's really nice.
Yes.
Alisha, do you have any expectations? What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward just to being able to just be. Like, I want to be able to not think about anything. Honestly, I want to be able to wake up. Everyone is there waiting for me to wake up. Just sitting by the bed. Okay, you ready to get your makeup done? Whisk me away. No, maybe I'm
coming to America. Like the movie.
Open my eyes.
Good morning, Your Highness.
But just making sure everyone's taken care of. I don't want to feel overwhelmed. Like, I have to text this person. They're calling me. You know, the bridesmaids have to get their makeup done over here. I don't want to feel like overwhelmed. I just want to be able to think about the most perfect day I'm going to have. My fine ass man, you know. Can I say that word? Probably not. I just want to be able to just not think too much.
Okay.
And just be in a beautiful space. Like, when I go to see the decor for the first time, just being like, wow. And just feeling, you know, when you just feel good. Yeah. Like, you feel like you look good, you feel good. I just want to feel that. I'm just excited for that feeling. And just have a great time, because a lot of people are coming to Ghana for the first time. They're coming to Africa for the first time. So I also want their experience to be a good experience, a smooth experience as well.
Amazing. I'm going to put it in my calendar.
Yes.
Somewhere January, February. One of you is going to have to come back. And then we are going to do a review, an assessment.
Yes.
Brenda's dodging my eye contact. Brenda, what's going on? It's like you don't want to look in my eyes.
Nothing.
But I'm very happy for the two of you, and I wish you all the best. And viewers, you got the education here today. One thing that is really going to stick with me today is partial planning. So communicate, have the conversation, ask your planners all the questions. This is Once Upon a Wedding Global. This is why we have platforms like this, so that you guys at home can get to know some of these things. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Food Booth and Awala by Ale, and we'll see you again, Tribe, next time.